Hello everybody, my name's Taylor and this is a presentation on a bacterial infection. So some background information is Anna is a 5-year-old girl who had celebrated her birthday at a petting zoo a week prior to her symptoms showing. For the past 2 days, she has been experiencing a few symptoms. Anna's symptoms include she is pale, she has stomach pains, and she has bloody, slimy diarrhea. These are just pictures that were taken from the textbook that show how the lab tested to find out what bacteria it was, which is E. coli, and then also to find out how she got it, from which animal at the petting zoo. There's a few options here that they tested for. What is the origin of the microbe's name? Escherichia coli STEC 0157. Coli relating to the colon is a bacteria that is found in the gut and feces of animals, and when in contact with a human causes an intestinal infection. What is the expected gram stain result? I expect the gram stain result to be gram negative because the phylum E. coli falls under is proteobacteria, which are all gram negative. This means that the peptidoglycan in the cell wall is thinner and it also has an outer membrane. During the staining process, the peptidoglycan initially stains purple, and after the decolorization process, the outer membrane dissolves, and since the peptidoglycan is thinner, it cannot retain the dye, and thus loses its purple color. If it were gram-positive, it would keep its purple color because the dye is trapped in the thicker layer of peptidoglycan that the gram-positive bacteria have. Describe the use of the microscope to view the microbe. To view this microbe, you can use a compound light microscope, which we use in class. We first have to stain the microbe, that is, heat fixed on a microscope slide, and after the staining process is completed, you can view the slide under a microscope. To see the cells up close and to be able to distinguish shape and arrangement, you'll have to move the objective lens to 400x and then 1000x with immersion oil. And then that's just the microscope. Describe the structures and functions of each structure that correspond with the gram stain results. After staining the microbe and viewing it under a microscope, you will see that E. coli stains pink, indicating that it is gram-negative. The shape is bacillus, and this microbe stains this way because gram-negative cells have a thinner layer of peptidoglycan in their cell wall and have an outer membrane. During the staining process, the outer membrane is dissolved and the peptidoglycan is first stained purple, then colorless after the decolorizer, and then stained pink at the end when the safranin is added. Let's see if this will let me zoom. These are just pictures that I got off the internet that show the difference between the gram-positive bacteria and gram-negative bacteria cell wall. The gram-positive bacteria have a thick layer of the peptidoglycan, which allows for the crystal violet dye to be stuck in it. And then the gram-negative bacteria have a very thin layer of peptidoglycan, and then they also have a outer membrane. And during the decolorization process, well, first it's colored with the crystal violet, and then this gets purple, so then it starts off as purple. And then during the decolorization process, it dissolves this outer membrane here, and then also, since this is a very thin layer, it'll take the dye from here too, so then it becomes colorless. And then at the end, when the safranin is added, it turns it pink, and that's why this one's purple and that one's pink. Oops. What is responsible for Anna's symptoms such as diarrhea? Because Anna came in contact with animals that carried the E. coli strain, the E. coli STEC 0157 strain, this bacteria infects the stomach and the lining of the intestines of a human, causing symptoms such as abdominal cramping and diarrhea. What accounts for Anna's feces being slimy? Since the bacteria infects the intestines, it also damages the intestinal wall that has a mucous membrane that lines the entire gastrointestinal tract, resulting in Anna's diarrhea being bloody and slimy because it has the mucus in it. Anna drinks plenty of fluids and recovers in 5 days. Would you have advocated for giving her antibiotics? Why or why not? I would not recommend antibiotics because Anna has an E. coli strain that produced Shiga-like toxins. Using antibiotics will only worsen the infection and cause it to release more of the toxin. Drinking plenty of fluids will help her, as the diarrhea has caused her to become dehydrated and the infection will go away on its own. And that's it.